Yep, I've been away from my channel for a minute, but that's because just like everybody else, I'm feeling all of this retrograde stuff. And right now, today is September 3rd, 2023. I know I'm not the only one who is experiencing all seven of those retrograde planets. Now, I'm not going into which planets. If you like know which planets, go Google it. Which planets are in retrograde right now and then put the date. Lots of things is happening right now. Okay? Lots of things. We are going through not just this, this initial Mercury, we're in the middle of it, and already the first couple days up to now has been just, wow. It came at the tail end of Venus Leo retrograde, which was again, it was a nice, introduction to the energies that are now there. And don't forget, we also have Saturn in Pisces and Neptune, all these different planets retrograde right now. And so rather than just go into what we already know to expect, delays in different parts of our lives that have to do with the planet and the house the planet is in, as well as the sign. Remember, it doesn't matter which sign your personal, whatever planet is in, it doesn't matter. Okay, because the planetary energy going to hit those planets anyway, and the sign that is yours and the sign that is, now. You got to figure out how those two guys get along. You also got to figure out, say your Jupiter is Scorpio in the fourth house, and somebody else's Jupiter is, Scorpio in maybe like six. No, Scorpio's a wrong one. Somebody else is in, Jupiter, well, not a sign. I don't know. Libra. We'll go with that one. And with it retrograde right now, you have to think about what sign Jupiter is in right now, what sign your Jupiter is in, and which house. Okay, because that's going to matter. And that's the part nobody ever thinks about. Nobody going to tell anybody outright that all of that matters. Okay, and also what matters is that the house that Jupiter is, actually associated with, along with the sign that it's associated with, meaning that, you get Jupiter Sagittarius. Okay, that's its house, its sign in house 9. Your house is 4 in Scorpio. How do those two houses get along? How do those two signs get along? That's how you have to do this. Okay. Neptune is the ruler of the 12th house. It is ruled by Pisces, with Saturn, in Pisces right now, and I believe it too is retrograde. You have to think about all of those things and everything that you interpret those signs, that planet, and that house that it is all in. You have to do that. There is a reason why people do not get the idea, and I keep repeating myself. I just did it 20 minutes ago. Posted a comment on a Quora thing. Why did my such and such man block me? Okay. Because maybe he was annoying. Who knows, baby? We don't think about the rest of the chart. So the rest of the chart matters because all those planets are in the chart. Some of them are going to have 2 planets in one house. And if those 2 planets are retrograde, what you think going to happen in that area of life? Probably not going to be real comfortable, right? The other thing we have to understand is that when retrograde patterns come, all of those signs, all of those planets, every single one of those houses is under review. You got to think of it that way, right? Okay. So when these things that seem to slow us down happen, we need to really think about how we're feeling about it. Also, like I love to repeat as well, what is going on in our lives right now that seems very familiar is very familiar. Because when retrograde comes and it hits a certain part of our chart, it hits a certain part of our lives, and that certain part of our lives via these retrogrades going to be highlighted, and they're usually very important parts of our lives. Okay, let's take the housing market for right now. Yeah, in California, a junior studio apartment in Laverne, North Laverne, averages about $1,895 a month. So, because of that, when we go back, say, to 2017, 2018, and prior to that, 2008, those are all times that have to do with housing. So if you're experiencing something right now in matters of housing, and that is very prevalent, as well as, matters of money, if those two things are highlighted, not only are you going to know without knowing, I better do something about this, but provided in those energies that feel so awful are going to also be the opportunity for us to create the way out of it, no matter what that is, okay? Sometimes that might mean that if somebody offers us a way out, there's the opportunity. And the thing that we're looking for in our lives is probably just beyond that offer, meaning if you've been offered this and you kept saying no, don't think for 1 minute that that offer is still on the table, because that is the nature of retrograde. You tell somebody no enough, then you must not need the help. Okay, bye. Retrograde. Retrograde causes us to think about the things that we know are very important, that we have no idea how to do anything about on our own, and that we may end up needing some assistance with. Okay, and what this world is very short of right now is actual true assistance for the people closest to us in our lives. Okay, let's get away from Lahaina. Let's get away from, all these shootings, all these things that are in the greater world, and let's go narrow it down to our own lives. In each of our lives, because of these retrogrades, there is something that we have known about for a long time that we tried like hell to make happen for us and did not happen. And all throughout, we have been given options and opportunities to make it easier on ourselves to get through this part, even if that means we have to have help. So, unless the help is for you, to go smoke crack or something, take the help. Okay? And I just said what I said about crack. Maybe somebody offering anybody else that to, and for whoever it was offered to, that might be, a thought in their head that says, this person is just giving this to me. Do I look that bad? This person just said, brother, maybe you better go rehab, but here's some candy for you. To me, if somebody said that to me, there's two options. Go rehab or continue. And retrograde provides that kind of opportunity. And it's not just going to be like, hey, you need this and here it is. And you can either say yes or you can say no. It's not that easy. You have to really look for the opportunity because it's there. Case in point. I was never going to say anything about this, but the hell with it, I'm going now. I indeed did start classes. Okay, a week ago tomorrow. A week ago, Monday, September 4th. So on the 28th. And, talking back and forth with the school and looking at my financial aid and knowing that I could, apply for scholarships and all this kind to pay for it. And realizing that I'm going to have to give a little, bit of something. I'm going to have to sacrifice the comfort of having no debt that is associated with school and is legitimate. Okay. Yes, I am talking about predatory schools. Anyway. So, when the opportunity was presented to me more than once, that was the universe. I like call it my ancestors, my aumakua going, hey girl, do you really like just not having nothing? Do you like the idea that because of everything going on in your life since 2017, because of other people's involvement, you didn't get to finish ever all that hard work? You're not going to get them for free, so you might as well get them for a cut rate. So I did. What do I expect from that? Well, my degree, of course, and the ability to go get my legit license so that I can be both a life coach as well as a therapist. But because I also pay attention to the way that time passes and the patterns that come into my life, I also noticed that every 8 years, the presentation of completing my education was there. So the last time I went, right, and bear in mind it's 2023, when I went to go do my associate's degree, it was 2015. Here I am 8 years later, 2023, and I am on that completion course. In about a year and a half, I will be POW and can go get my license and, practice movement therapy. But it should not have taken that long. It did for several reasons. I had other things, other karmic things that had to be seen to, which is another thing. If there's something that you really want to do, you will ultimately end up doing that, but you first have to finish out all of these karmic retrograde lessons. I have said it plenty of times about retrograde. It's really tiring. Every retrograde. To see all these memes, all these, all these reels, all these things online, basically telling people go hide out. Go hide from the planet. How you going to do that? No can. So you might as well work with the energies that are presented to you, because even in the challenge is opportunity. But if you don't try to see what that is and ferret it out and figure out why you keep having the same thought about something, and when you recognize and respond to that thought, poof, like magic, good things happen, or at least clarity comes to you. Okay? So during this 7-planet retrograde, with some of those planets retrograde for months, even years at a time, and others that will be just weeks at a time, pay attention to the things that are irritating you. Because that there is the opportunity. That's like that, like one baby. I get 3 kids. And I cannot understand my children when they're tiny little babies, but they know what they want. So it's up to me to figure out what the hell this kid is whining about. Could be anything. Could be shishi in the pants. Might want one snack. Might need some, some juice or something. Might like go play with the toys. It was up to me to figure that out. This is the same thing. Okay, so you folks are going to repeat myself over and over and over and over and over and over and over the fuck again. Do not fear the retrograde. Fear not evolving to who you're supposed to be due to the opportunities represented to you via retrograde planets. Okay, I got a friend, we call her Sweet Tea, and we challenged her to go and call out Oprah Call out Jason Momoa. Call out The Rock. Hey, you guys, you raising this money. Okay, then I want you to know you can reach out to me. You can give me that money and I will tell you where to go get it. We're going to see if they actually do this. Do I think they're going to do this? Come on now. But the fact that my friend went ahead and called them out, that was the challenge, which is now on their side. These are Hawaiian women calling these celebrities out all online. Hey, you guys like help? Hello, we are ground zero. Well, I'm in Vegas, but still, that's Ninth Island. You can get plenty of us Hawaiians here. That's besides the point. Retrograde is going to challenge you to not beg for your opportunities to be revealed. It is going to call on you to recognize what is an opportunity and what is an opportunity to stay the same. Now, this doesn't mean that you as a person internally going to change. You're going to be one good guy, turn into one shitty guy. No, you're not. What the retrograde is going to do is make all the crap rise to the top so you can deal with it. Some of it's going to be big kind stuff. It means that it hasn't been seen to. It needs to be rectified. It needs to be made right. And that is actually what retrograde is about. And if people keep hiding from it, look, babies, you guys not perfect. I think what irritates me more are all these new astrologers who never take the time to really understand what they're looking at, and more going out into this world and go tell everybody. Great, you like to be one influencer? Go, honey. Just do the work, yeah? All right, I see you folks next time. Aloha. Oh, yeah. Follow me on Instagram. It is in the link, the link is inside the words and stuff. Follow me on Instagram and go look for the video that has the Oprah and The Rock video and is interrupted with this short-haired woman telling them, hey, put your money where your tax write-off is, you folks. Let me help you. We will show you. The challenge for all these people like help is to actually help. So, now, for real, I'll go see you next time. Aloha.